expiring on February 2, 2029, Vice Antonio Tico Jr. Number 4, Ms. Amy S. Torrefranca Neri as Commissioner, Commission on Elections for a term expiring on February 2, 2029, Vice Rowena Amelia Viguanson. And number 5, Mr. Saidamen Balt Pangarungan as Chairperson, Commission on Election for a term expiring on February 2, 2029, Vice Sheriff M. Abbas. May we invite Chairperson Hustol to take the seat in front? Okay. The Majority Leader is recognized to report on the parliamentary status. Majority Floor Leader.
Unmute.
Di madinig.
Dali po. Madam Chair, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning, colleagues. The Committee on Constitutional Commissions and Offices held a hearing on May 25, 2022 to deliberate on the 5 ad interim appointments as mentioned by the chair. In that hearing, the committee chair made her opening statements and informed the appointees that the committee will deliberate each appointee in the order that the appointees have submitted the complete documentary requirements pursuant to Article 2, Section 3 of the Rules of the Standing Committees. The chair then directed Secretary Hector Villacorta to report on the status of the jurisdictional requirements of Ms. Visalina Noval Hustol as chairperson, Commission on Audit, and further directed the secretary to administer the oath to Chairperson Hustol. Thereafter, Chair Hustol delivered her introductory statement. Acting Majority Leader Representative Gavini Apol Pancho manifested that the committee received letters from Senator Miguel F. Zubiri, the Senate Majority Floor Leader, and Senator Panfilo M. Lacson, requesting for the postponement of the hearing scheduled on May 25, 2022. The acting majority leader further stated that the inability of the other members of the committee to attend the hearing was principally due to their performance of a constitutionally mandated duty as part of the National Board of Canvassers for the presidential and vice presidential elections. The acting majority leader added that upon discussion of the House contingent and upon the advice of Commission Vice Chairperson Representative Ronaldo B. Zamora, another date can be set to deliberate all pending appointments before the Committee on Constitutional Commissions and Offices. On that note, the acting majority leader moved that the committee meeting scheduled on May 25, 2022 be reset and to resume until further notice. There being no objection, the chair approved that motion and suspended the meeting of the Committee on Constitutional Commissions and Offices. That's the parliamentary status, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Before we start with the hearing, we recognize the physical presence of Senators Majority Floor Leader Subiri, Senator Coco Pimentel III, Senator Drilon, and Senator Lacson. Okay. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. The appointee is now ready to respond to any comment or question from the members. The appointee is reminded that she is still under oath.
Madam Chair,
Will ask the question.
mine is not a question, Madam Chair. Mine is a query, or basically to get the thoughts of our colleagues. on February of 2016, and I believe Senate President at the time was Senator Franklin M. Drilon, Senator Enrile had invoked Section 20 on the members of the constitutional commissions were applying for constitutional offices at that time. And his rationale, Madam Chair, was, and I quote, this was his explanation, when he invoked Section 20 on the constitutional offices, I believe it was ambassadors together with members of COA and other commission constitutional offices and members of the DFA. I quote, he says, I will tell you, ambassadors deployed abroad are representatives of the president. It will be unfair to the next president if these people are appointed by the outgoing president. 3 years tenure, you deprive him, the president, of selecting the people that he would want to represent him, he said, of the 5 diplomats. And he goes on saying, with the other appointees on the constitutional bodies, why not leave that to the incoming president? He is outgoing. Why is he appointing his representatives that last their positions for 3 years, depriving the next president of the right of choosing his own representatives? I quote, and so, Madam Chair, with due respect to these gentlemen and ladies here, many of them are my close friends. Carlo is a good friend of mine. Attorney George is also my lawyer before he was appointed to the Comelec. Chairman Pangalungan is a dear, dear friend of mine from Lanao del Sur. But the question is asked, wouldn't it be better? Because some of them have, if I'm not mistaken, the chairperson of the commission appointments will be there for 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. 7 years. That will, I mean, COA, Commission, on the Commission on Audit. And therefore, a position of 7 years, ibig sabihin, this new president, with a mandate of 31 million votes, will not even be able to appoint the head of the COA until even up to the last day of his term, because she would have a longer period of time than the president, Madam Chair. I'm just raising this fundamental question without raising Section 20 at this point in time with our colleagues, because I know Section 20 has to be done in plenary. Under our rules, and let me quote our rules, Madam Chair, suspension, consideration of nominations or appointments. Any member may move to suspend by action of the commission on any nomination appointment favorably recommended by a standing committee, and chairman shall suspend the consideration of said nomination and appointment, provided that suspension may be taken up in the next succeeding session of the commission, provided that this section shall not apply to nominations appointments taken up by the commission during the last session prior to synergy adjournment of Congress. Synergy adjournment of Congress, Madam Chair, is this week, end of the week. So technically, I also have the right to invoke Section 20 later in plenary if need be. But I just want to lay the predicate when we discuss all the members of these constitutional bodies. Para alam po naman nila, to be fair with them, that is the plan. Because many of my colleagues feel that maybe it is, or it should be, the choice of the new president, Madam Chair, particularly in the appointments of these constitutional offices. I leave it at that, Madam Chair, for the record.
Dear Senator, we duly note your comments. Thank you. Senator Pimentel.
Yes. With this, with the appointee before us, nasasayangan lang naman ako kasi walang opposition. There's no oppositor against her. Tapos, sa kanyang biodata, mga career highlights niya, most outstanding accountant, Hall of Famer in the most outstanding accounting office. So maybe we can proceed on a case-to-case basis because, if the outgoing president, by accident lang naman kasi umabot si ma'am ngayon. When were you appointed, ma'am?
Your Honor,
We were not
last
in
February
session.
17,
Again?
2022.
Ano
February
di-
17 po, 2022.
Naka-break na tayo nun eh. Naka-break na tayo yun. So, but, if a deserving appointment was made by the outgoing president, and then months earlier, by accident na, naka-break na tayo because it was a campaign period. Maybe we can proceed on a case-to-case basis naman. If there is an appointee like this one before us, which we can say also caps her career in government with a plum or a post which is very respectable and a constitutional office. Maybe a relaxation of that proposal can be requested, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I have nothing against ma'am. Kasi Bisaya ba mi, silingan man ta taga Davao. Wala ko'y problema sa iya. I have no problem with ma'am. But it's the whole principle. If you make it case to case, how will you choose now the others? Is it because they have bad character? Is it because there's an opposition, hindi natin ipapasa? It's a matter of principle because of the choice of the president. Because if you make it a case-to-case basis, then we are favoring one over the other, which I think is not correct at this point in time. That would be unfair to the appointees. My suggestion is, since we have a last day, which could be on Wednesday, we can take it up on a Wednesday. The hearings today, we can take it up on a Wednesday, and under our rules, we'll have to vote on it in caucus. So if that would be a better, kasi di-discuss natin na yun, tapos i-recommend mo sa plenary mamaya, I definitely, some of us, not only me, I know some colleagues in the Congress will raise the issue of Section 20. Di sayang din. So why don't we do it for the last day? That is my humble suggestion, Madam Chair.
Majority Leader, what is your comment?
Point of information. Point of
It's the
inquiry.
point of inquiry of our colleague, Madam Chair. Senator Bongo, kasi? Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Madam Chair.
Yes, point of inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Majority Leader. Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Just a inquiry to Senator Zubiri. The citing of Senator Enrile's manifestation, just to give us context, when was this done? Under whose administration and which presidential appointees?
I believe he was the minority floor leader under Pinoy presidency, President Noynoy Aquino. And it was done exactly on February. Well, the story is on February 3.
What year was this? Sorry.
February 3, 2016.
Okay. Thank you for that.
He gave the incoming Duterte administration also the free hand to choose the choices of these constitutional commissions.
Thank
so
you.
he did the Duterte administration a favor, Mr. President. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Majority Floor Leader.
may I ask Senator Zubiri if his manifestation is just a statement of manifestation per se or a motion? And if it's on the latter, I'd like to ask him to put it in a motion, Madam Chair.
Well,
Majority Floor
I
Leader,
think,
I think procedurally, Section 20 is proper at the plenary session, not in a committee hearing.
Yes, but he also suggested that we take up the discussion for the 5 appointees on the last day, not today. So I'd like to find out from Senator Zubiri, Madam Chair, if that is his suggestion would be better presented in a motion so that we can act on it.
Yes, I so move, Madam Chair, if that is the request of the majority floor leader.
Majority Floor Leader.
Madam Chair, there is a motion from Senator Subiri that the discussion and deliberation on the ad interim appointments of the 5 nominees scheduled for today be deferred until the last day of our committee hearings, Madam Chair. Is that correct, Senator Zubiri?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Is there any objection? There being none, the hearing is set for Wednesday. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Majority Floor Leader.
there being no other matters to discuss in this committee, I move to adjourn this meeting.
Any objection? If there is no objection, the meeting is adjourned. Suspended, okay, until Wednesday morning, okay.